Hey guys, MCOGAMER here. Hope everyone is having a very nice day. I want to do this video because it just hit me. And then I just wanted to share my thoughts about it. The other day, one of my friends called me, and then he goes, "Hey Jim, so what you playing?" I'm playing some retro games. And then he goes, "Man, but Jimmy, lately you've been playing a lot of retro games. You know, Jimmy, you got the modern stuff. You got an Xbox X, a PS5, and it just hit me. And I just think that the modern gamer of today, it is spoiled. What I mean by that? So I really feel for these indie developers, because right now in this environment, right, when you make a game, there is certain check boxes that you gotta have just for you to enter this environment, like per se within modern gaming. 4K, upscale, at least 1440p, 60 frames per second. You need all these bells of, all these bells and whistles just for you, just for you to just be in this environment. And guys, that costs money. And when you now look at a game, right, like a modern game, you get to know the quality of games now, like the textures, all that. And mind you, you don't have to be like a real hardcore gamer. I mean, even if you play normally, 4 or 5 days a week quickly, you're gonna notice that right now, like you have to have a certain amount of textures, like a certain amount of sound, like everything. Because there's so many quality games now that I think was spoiled, because even though if someone makes a game, and mind you, that's a quality game, but now because of the environment that we live in with so much of quality, 4K native, 60 frames, like 122 frames with these consoles, it's hard for these developers just to compete in this game. So in this environment, so with that said, I was playing Aliens, the brand new game, right? Alien Fireteam, right? That is a double A. But guys, maybe 5 years ago, that was a AAA game. But now, because of the environment we live with so much quality, Aliens, that game is a AA game, and I could notice, you could tell that they were lacking budget, and it's sad because you see, I don't want to play a game like that, but it's just that they got us so spoiled with these check and balances that now a game has to have all the checks in 4K, 60, 122, ray tracing. They got to have all of this, and then on top of that, the game has to be great. Do you know how hard is that in this environment right now? I mean, I want you to really think about what I'm saying in this environment right now. Like, how hard is it for developers just to compete in this environment? Now, it goes back to my original thoughts, that when my friend said that, I popped in a game, one of my Wii games. I just popped it in last Saturday. Did it have 4K? No. Did it run at 60, 100 frames? No. Did the game drop at 20, 24 frames sometimes? Yes. But like, did I have a great experience? Absolutely. And how long I played this game? I popped it in 7 hours later, I finished the whole game. Like I said, frame drops, but the point is this: saying consciously, you know, back in those days, in the per se early 90s, or you know, there was no such thing as 4K. You know, there was, and then, you know, everyone knew that, you know, I mean, if you get a game to run at 30, that's, oh my lord. Now, yes, there were some games that did run at 60, but I mean, in the most part, you knew, psychologically, you knew right now, in those times, you know, that's just the way it was. But the gameplay was so charming. The gameplay felt so good that I had a better experience on that gameplay versus all my modern stuff that I have here. But I think it's something psychological, because once you jump into PS5, you know, saying consciously, you expect the check and balances. Okay, ray tracing, 660 frames, you know. And I think that also messes up your game experience even before you pop in the game, because you're expecting minimal that. And then yes, that is nice that we could get all this modern technology in, you know, all this modern tech into these games. But how about the guy that doesn't have the money? How about the 2 or 3 people that make one game that just puts a lot of love? In this environment of today, they don't have a chance. So my conclusion of this is, I think we're spoiled with modern gaming, including myself. And me, I try not to do that, because, you know, the same way of, like, you know, like I said, there are AAA titles that blow my mind, but not every studio could do that type of quality game. So what it comes down to it is, we're spoiled. We just spoiled with modern gaming. So that's why I've been showing a lot of love to my retro games, because the gameplay, the story, they're just so charming. But anyway, I was just thinking that. Leave me in the comments, do you agree? Do you disagree with me? But anyway, this is MCO Gamer. Peace.